Welcome to Everyday Life. Thank you for joining our podcast, Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Jen.
And I'm Dagda.
And we're going to hit you with the explicit content warning right off the bat. This podcast does include adult situations and adult language from time to time.
I'm an angel. I never fucking cuss.
Okay. Anyways, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. Da, 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 da.
Anyway.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Besides being tired, I'm good. I'm super good. I'm excited to have this conversation today. Super excited. Go well. It's one of my favorite things.
You're welcome.
Shut the front door. It has become one of my favorite things. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Thank you. So everybody else is going to guess. They already know we're talking about, for me, because I really wanted to do this because I still haven't read the new Dresden book. So don't give anything away. No spoilers. Thank you. But I really want to see the Dresden Files come to life again. Mm-hmm. In a really good way. In another multiverse, this happened. I want to see it come through from start to finish. You know, even if they gotta do like one book a season or 2 books a season or 4 books, like 3 episodes is 1 book or whatever. I really want to see it come to life because I think it would be fun. And I think it's a great character.
Yeah. Yeah. And have it be a, what's the term for it? A faithful. Have
it stay true and faithful to the book and the storylines. Yeah. It would be hard because obviously
Harry Dresden is going to be a black transit.
I'm just saying if they have to make Harry Dresden black, I vote because if they're going to go totally opposite of what Dresden actually physically is, then I vote for M'Baku, Winston Duke to play Black Harry. He's
Kevin
big.
Hart.
Ha. Oh. Can you imagine?
It would be fucking hilarious.
What are you talking about up there? Oh my god, it would be hilarious.
And then make fucking Murphy some fucking really tall chick.
Like Tiffany Haddish, she's pretty tall, or Gwendolyn Christie, she's like 6'2", I think. She played Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones.
Oh, and then have her opening doors for him and shit all the time. That would be fucking hilarious.
It's so great.
Although most people would just be furious. But
a lot of people would be. So, you know, there's such a thing as a creative license, which is great, you know. But that was the one thing I like about Buffy the Vampire Slayer that I loved is even though I don't care for the creator of, you know, and the things he's done over the years, a lot of things he's done outside of work, like his personal life. Joss Whedon has just done some horrifically rude things to people, right? But you know, he did that whole dream sequence where they all were singing and dancing for like that episode. I thought that was great. That's creative license right there. I mean, that's definitely not what Buffy and them would do, but he wanted to do it. He did it.
I mean, most of Buffy the Vampire Slayer was was a fair bit of a stretch from what the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer was. So
yeah. Oh, the original movie with Luke Perry, R.I.P.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And if you think about that movie, you've got Luke Perry, who's passed away, and then you've got Paul Rubens, who's passed away, and Donald Sutherland, too. 3 big characters that were in that movie. They have all passed on at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is obviously the one thing we love about TVs and movies is we get these beloved characters, these beloved actors, and we have a way to remember them when they're gone, like Betty White.
Yeah.
I had somebody who was talking to me the other day that they asked me if I knew, because for some reason I was in a conversation with somebody about Funko Pops. They're like, do you know that there's this other brand of like the Funko Pops? And this gal goes, I'm doing my whole kitchen in the Golden Girls. And she showed me. They have Funko Pops of the Golden Girls. Not Funko brand. It's another brand. I think it's called Dumco or Denko or something like that.
Okay.
But...
Fake-co.
Pretty much. But I was just like, but they're 4.5 inch or 5 inch vinyl figures. And I just thought that is actually really cool because what a kick of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she showed me a picture and it's like the whole thing is just decorated with, like, she's got everything down to where she's going to have these figures in the windows. And anyways, it's just an interesting thing. Anyways, Kevin Hart, I can't believe you went there. Well, I mean, at least you didn't go Steve Urkel. I mean, that's good. Although that would be...
He's too tall.
Yeah. If we're doing opposites. But I was just thinking I mean, of course, we could do a gender swap, too.
Yeah.
And then we could have Gwendolyn Christie as Harry Dresden. Because she's tall, she's athletic, she's, I think she's tall and athletic and a good actor. I like her. She was in the Hunger Games. She did great in the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Anyways, so I've had some time to ponder it. Have you had time to ponder it? We talked about thinking about it, and I actually did my thinking and my research and all of that, and I am really happy with my choices. So I'm going to ask you first. Who would you pick for Harry Dresden?
It kind of depends upon what they're trying to do with the show.
Well, let's take an assumption that based on what Jim Butcher has said, which the show, it's in talks, and the show would stay more true to the current books, the current characters.
Yeah, it sounded like it was going to be a more
following book.
Faithful portrayal of it than what the original one was, which, like I said before, I was never that upset about the changes that they made. But I do understand why a bunch of people were angry.
I understand too. And what's really funny is because I've seen some of the original Dresden Files TV series, and now I've read all but one of his books. I'm just like, okay, I can see people being upset if they were going in expecting to see the Harry that they read about to begin with in Stormfront. But when Jeffrey DeMorn shows up, I mean, like, seriously, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, 18 books later, Jeffrey DeMorn still hasn't shown up. The dude's dead. Okay, he is DEAD dead. Unless he shows up in the new one, and then don't look at me because No,
he's not in the new one.
Thank Jesus.
I mean, they do have, like, brief flashbacks, but it's more like Harry's describing it, not a actual flashback.
Yeah.
Not in this book, but in previous
in other books. Yeah. I think he's had like 4 or 5 talking about like little things.
Which I think that's why they actually had him in the show.
Yeah.
Was just for like flashback purposes or whatever. Actually, does he actually
He's actually in the show. He's
still
actually in the
alive?
show. I believe so. I believe by episode 3 that they've actually discovered where they thought he was dead. Dun, 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 dun. He's actually alive.
It's been a long time since I watched the show.
Just like in the TV show, Harry's actually the true heir of I was going to say Morningwood, but that's not right. Like Morningside.
Every man.
Morningside Manor. Morningwood, every man ever.
Every man ever is a true inheritor.
I'm so glad I don't have a penis most of the time because that has got to be the most awkward thing to wake up and really have to pee and you have Morningwood. It's got to be.
Yeah, that can kind of suck.
It's got to be. So okay. So let's go on the assumption that they're going to, if they do a TV show, they're going to stick within 90% of the originality of what we know as Dresden, because that's what fans hope and pray for. We know we'll never get 100%, but we always hope for at least 90%.
Yeah, I want to watch Dresden, not Dresden with your dick rubbed on it.
Excuse me. I don't want to see anybody rub a dick on Dresden. I'm just saying.
I mean, that is what happened with the last one, right?
I didn't read the last book yet.
The last show, not...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There was like somebody pulled out a big dick and just slapped it across fans' faces and went, hey.
You're going to like it.
You're going to like... Just take it.
That's right. Tell me that you love it.
Right. Anyways. Okay. So, and you got to make sure you write them down, because whenever this comes to fruition, please, Jim Butcher, make it happen. We want to see how close we got on guesses.
So I'm still saying that I want.
He's too old. If we're wanting a series that's going to stick true to the books,
and
which
he's
starts
too pretty also.
Huh?
And he's too pretty also.
Yes. If we have to remember that at the start of Stormfront, he is perceived to be about 25 years old. So we've got to keep that in there, because so I'm gonna tell them while you're thinking that I keep telling you I think this guy would be perfect. I keep thinking this guy will be perfect because of his height, his age, everything, and you're just like, nah, because you just love Paul Blackstone so much. Is it Blackstone or Blackthorn?
I think it's Blackthorn.
I don't know. He was great in The Arrow.
Yeah, I like Paul. He wasn't the person that I was thinking of. God damn it. His name has escaped my
Okay,
brain.
what else was he in?
He's Pennywise.
Oh, okay, Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's why I was saying he's too pretty.
Well, but if you think about him in Hemlock Grove, or even if you think about him doing Pennywise, with the way he's able to contort his face, he could kind of do like ugly. And I don't think from the descriptors that Harry's actually ugly. I really don't.
I never said he was ugly.
I mean, he sounds
not pretty. He's not Thomas.
No, he's not Thomas. But see, I don't.
He's the ugly brother.
Yeah, and what I find hilarious about that is how Harry's always talking fucking Thomas. He's so mad all the time about Thomas with his perfect hair and his perfect abs and his perfect charisma, and having to pretend, as we go along in the series. And now he's like this hairdresser that pretends to be gay, and everybody thinks they're lovers. And
yeah,
that whole thing is so great. Anyways,
so I would like to see Bill, but also Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard, yeah.
I have to admit he would be a good choice also.
Yeah, I mean,
even though he's kind of young, but
by time this TV show would be made, he would be 23, so he'd be right in the optimal. But he has that hawkish look. Yeah, it's rugged, hawkish looks, and he's not quite tall enough, but they make lifts and whatever. Yeah, I think that's something you can kind of.
They can do camera angles, and they can dig trenches everywhere. And...
I mean, yeah, look at how big they made Sylvester Stallone look in Rambo and Rocky and all that.
Well. The one I'm really thinking of was Xena.
Lucy Lawless?
Yeah, Lucy Lawless, and Gabrielle or whatever her sidekick was. Uh-huh. Her sidekick was actually significantly taller than her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because Lucy Lawless is like 5'10".
You can't see it in the thing because they basically dug trenches and had her fucking walk around it.
Lucy Lawless is like, yeah, get down, girl. Anyways. Yeah. Okay, so write your choice down. If that's your choice, that's your final answer. And you can have two. I don't care. I
almost wrote down Squizgar.
I want my pussy to play Harry. Okay, that's a. Well, I guess Squizzy's not your puss, but how is Squiz?
He's all right.
Is he still trying to live in your life? Live in your room?
I mean, he still tries to go in my room sometimes, but he's gotten used to me telling him, get the fuck out of my room. Yeah. Occasionally, very, very occasionally, I'll let him in there. Bug, the other cat, she'll just fucking open the door if it isn't closed properly. Mm-hmm. She does that to every fucking door in the house, though. Right.
So like, who dare? What you doing? Who dare? What you doing? Yeah. Sorry, you were just like, tell him to get the fuck out. I literally instantly heard LL Cool J in my head. When I'm alone in my room and sometimes I stare at the wall, in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call telling me I need a good... Sorry.
Yeah, I've listened to a few of his songs, but I didn't actually.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscious call telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I think I need love. Here I was.
Oh, that I need love song.
Yes.
Okay.
I automatically heard it, and I thought, oh my God. Anyways, so I know shit just happens. Okay, so you're gonna go Bill Skarsgård or Finn Wolfhard? Yeah. For Harry. Yeah. Okay. I have settled on it. I thought Bill Skarsgård, but I agree with you. He is way too pretty. I want an actor who I have actually seen do the process of being uglied up. And that, of course, and he fits just almost perfectly every physical characteristic. And that is Jacob Elordi. I like his voice. It's a little bit deeper. It's rougher. And he's only pretty when they put makeup on him. Otherwise, he looks pretty rugged. Mm. And the reason
he's the dude who played the creature, right?
That is correct. Okay. And that's his voice that he uses in there.
I've not watched it still.
It's really good. Hmm. It's just really good. But he was also in a movie called Saltburn with Barry Koenig.
Okay.
And I was reading about that this morning, because I couldn't sleep. So 2:00 this morning, I'm like, starting my list, because I'm like, I actually have a whole nother paper list with like 3 choices of each character. Mm. But I don't know where I put it. And second, I was just like, no, because I'll spend 12 hours just looking at that and thinking through it again. But he was in a movie called Saltburn with Barry Koenig. So I know that he's going to be able to pull off that whole where if they get to the story where he goes to Thomas's apartment and he's just like, and he never came home. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So hands down, Jacob Elordi, he's right in that age range. He is almost 30, but he still does look pretty young. And so I think it would be a great transitional age for him because, most of Harry's story is told between the age of 25 and 35, a huge portion of it, half of it at least, right? Yeah. So I think it would be just spot on. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Okay, so Thomas.
And
I will tell you, I did this thing with Harry and Thomas in my head, at least 30 different combinations of people. And, because I know that Thomas is the older brother. Mm-hmm. So I had to be really careful because I almost picked HC and I was like, no, I can't do that because he's too old. Mm. You're going to pick HC?
I just had a funny thought. Who's the dude who played Will in Stranger Things?
In Stranger Things, Will, that is Noah Schnapp.
So it'd be hilarious to have him play Thomas.
If
Wolfhard is playing Harry.
Like, dude, if you want to go there, we can do the whole Stranger Things cast into.
Yeah, I was thinking, Millie as fucking Murphy.
I would actually say, because she's naturally dark, I would say Sadie. So I would say Max as Karen, and I would say 11 as Susan. Because she's already got that darker complexion. She's got that olive skin. Yeah.
No.
Both of them look good as blondes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they're both the exact same height. It's just Millie Bobby Brown has a little bit more voluptuousness to her. That's why I thought if we were using the Stranger Things cast, she would do better as Susan, because Karen is not voluminous.
Blessed.
She's not blessed like that. But could you imagine Hopper as Ebenezer? Especially after you've already seen him threatening Mike in Stranger Things. That'd be so great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want Noah Schnapp?
It'd be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
I don't think... I believe one of those two is actually leaving movies or whatever.
It could be Finn.
Other thing. Yeah, I think it's Finn.
It could be Finn Wolfhard because he also does music and he does production and everything. Yeah.
It
could be Noah Schnapp as well too, because he wants to get his education like Millie Bobby Brown. She's getting her degree in human services. Mm. She's really selective about what she does. Her and her husband have a farm, and of course they have their daughter, and I think she's got like 20 to 40 rescue animals, and she wants to complete her degree in social work. Mm. And I think that's commendable. Like, can you imagine making a sacrifice for 10 years out of your life between, like having to either you're always working, you're always in school, and you have to take on tons of projects and learn tons of characters to sock away money to create your dream life. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really commendable for somebody that age, honestly. Yeah. Because I was stupid and I didn't do that.
I'm still stupid and I'm still not doing it.
I'm stupid and I know it. Okay, so we'll try to take this, even though it's fun to pretend.
Yeah.
Let's try to do it a little seriously, because I think that's the intriguing part about it.
Yeah. I remember previously talking about one of the Hemsworth brothers being
Liam, because he's dark haired.
Yeah.
And he's got a more perfect body than Chris. No offense, Thor. No offense.
I don't know. I've not seen.
I've seen Hemsworth without a shirt on, and
Yeah.
I would hands down say, when we look at the Hemsworth brothers' bodies, I would say that Liam fits more of the description that you would get from Thomas, with the dark hair, the smoky eyes. Even though he has blue eyes, he's kind of got the darker complexion and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hemsworth, what I've seen of him lately, is he's too aged. He's definitely too son aged, if that makes sense. You have to remember, they're like 10 years apart. So you've got.
Oh, you're talking about Chris.
Yeah, Chris is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have chosen Chris to be Thomas anyway. At that time, I was talking about having Chris as Harry.
Yeah.
And then, because it would be kind of hilarious.
It would. I mean, we can do so many different comedic things, but I literally would love to see, sometime in my lifetime, I would love to see this book series come to actual life. And, you know, you got to put that honest spin on things if you want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, these are because by the time it comes to fruition, it could be another 2 to 3 years, right? And if it's another 2 to 3 years, then you have to look at, how are you going to age these people appropriately? Is there going to be new people who come into the entertainment world who are going to fit better? Are they going to look at doing a whole bunch of up and comers, which I hate with all of my soul when they don't have at least 30% of the cast as very recognizable actors? Because having the recognizable actors that I have enjoyed makes it to where I will give it more opportunity than just like the Dresden Files series itself. The only person I like is Paul Blackthorne.
Yeah.
Or Blackstone, whatever. He was like the only, like the lady who played Karen. You're not Karen, Miss 5'7" brunette. You're more Susan.
Yeah.
So, anyways, pick.
What? I can't remember the dude's name. It's like Maglanera or something like that.
Joe Mangione? Or the...
Maybe. He was in True Blood.
Mangiello or whatever? The guy who was married to Sofia Varga? The guy who was in Magic Mike? Yeah, that's Joe
I've never seen
Mangione. I can't say it. I've never been able to say it right.
That dude might be a good Thomas also, although he's getting old.
Well, yeah, he's like...
So, yeah.
So, Joe Manganiello is your choice for Thomas.
Yeah, or Liam Hemsworth.
One or the other will work for you, right?
Yeah, either one will work for me.
Nice. So I went with David Corenswet, and he is the guy who is sadly replacing Henry Cavill in the Superman movies.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like 6'2". He's got that pretty boy next door face to him when he's done up like Clark Kent. Originally, I thought, let's do Corenswet as Harry, and we'll do Cavill as Thomas. But
that'd be kind of funny.
I thought it would be great, but then I thought, oh man, you just have to have that. I understand there's camera angles and ditches and all that kind of shit that they can do and all these tricks, but for me, I can tell when it's faked, especially by the leg length. When you see them walking, because you see that.
Oh, Joe might not work either because he's 6'5".
Yeah, see, you gotta have. Yeah, you've got to have somebody who's between 5'11" and 6'2".
Yeah.
So that's why I picked Corenswet, because he's just a little bit. Because when Harry talks about Thomas, that he's slightly looking down at him, and the other one's slightly looking up, and I'm like, well, that's going to be 3 to 5 inches.
Yeah.
So, but I love the fact that. So for like Jacob Elordi, he truly is that thin, hawkish, rugged. I've seen a million faces and I've got a trillion scars kind of look to him. He can do. Well, I saw a picture where he was not looking pretty and he wasn't even in creature makeup or anything like that. So I think he can pull it off. And I thought Corenswet would be. It's like the same but better. Because he's like ruggedly good looking by definition and standards. And he's like, I think he's got a 20-pack. It's like fucking sick, bruh. It is so sick. So I'm going to go with Corenswet because, you know, I look at that, looking at the way Butcher describes him, I'm like, that would be good because you've got one who's like, I'm freakishly skinny and tall and I can't put weight on no matter what I do. And then you got the other guy going, I'm perfect. That works good. Okay. So obviously there's a bunch of different characters that go into the Dresden Files. So what do you think about for Ebenezer?
For Ebenezer?
Yeah.
I actually thought about this the other day and had kind of a funny thought. Although physically, I don't think he can pull it off, but it would be funny if James Marsters was Ebenezer.
He's not big enough.
Yeah. Well, Ebenezer isn't particularly big.
He's still built. He's like 6. He's supposed to be like around 6 feet tall. And yes, you saw me with the wiki up.
Okay.
Open. I hate the one artist rendering of it, and it's just fucking Tom Segura, and I'm like, ugh. But yeah, no, I mean that would be pretty funny, but I don't know. Would that be your pick?
No, because I was trying to think of who other than Butters, who would he really be?
I know.
Because I would love to have him be part of it.
100%, he's got to be part of it.
Yeah,
and I think I know exactly what part of it he should be.
Peabody.
I mean,
that would be terrible. No,
he could do that if he wanted.
He could play Peabody. Yeah,
he could play any single one of the bad guys. Any one of them. I mean, he could play any of the good guys. He could play any of the bad guys. We've seen him over the years. You know, in television shows like Smallville and of course Buffy. We've seen him go both ways. I mean, so we know he has that ability. He has that range. But I'm not going to say what role I picked for James Marsters on mine because I don't want to influence yours. Okay. I want you to pick what's best for you. So I know that you talked about Ron Perlman before, but I think he's just too big.
I think he's too big too.
I think he's even though he's only like 6'1".
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like 6'1" or 6'2". He just looks more imposing because
he just seems
he's very
imposing.
Linebacker.
That dude's... Yeah, Ron Perlman or what's Harbour?
Harbour.
The fucking Hopper dude.
Oh, James Harbour? I mean, David Harbour?
Yeah.
I don't know if he could. I mean, they'd have to really gray him up, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what makeup is for. It's what special effects is for.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about David Harbour for Ebenezer, but I think that's actually a really good choice if you look at the fact that his whole attitude is basically like Hopper dealing with Mike. So then again, we're pulling in another Stranger Things cast member, which is okay because who doesn't want to see their favorite actors or actresses, you know, in something they truly enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why we're dreaming of Dresden today, man, is because it's like, what would we love to see? What would we love to see? Now, I picked a different Ebenezer based on the fact that, one, I love this actor, and two, I wanted somebody who looked like he'd been through a few scraps.
Okay.
And a few fights. So I personally, just based on all the descriptors I've read and all the acting I've seen this gentleman do, I picked Gerard Butler, Leonidas from the 100.
Yeah.
Because he definitely does not look like Leonidas from the 100, but because of his nerve damage in his face, he does look like he's been in a few scraps. He's got a few scars. He literally has Ebenezer's attitude in some of the stuff he does. If you have not seen Law Abiding Citizen.
I've seen that movie, yeah.
So when you think about when he's talking about the justice and what's fair and let's follow what's legal, that just screams Ebenezer to me. And I'm like, bang, there's my Ebenezer.
Yeah, he could be a good choice.
I think he would be a great choice. Just by the fact that, you know, we've seen him do these characters when he's hit the line of the bullshit of people, especially when you look in the Fallen series. Angel has fallen, Olympus has fallen, London has fallen. When you look in the Fallen series and you see where he's had enough of people's bullshit, he's just like, nah, it's time to crack heads. And I love that. Now, what I will say about that, the caveat I would give to that is if I could have had any actor in the entire world be Ebenezer, I would have 100,000,000,000%, if he was able to do it, would have picked Bruce Willis. 1,000 times over, I would have picked Bruce Willis. I mean, and unfortunately he can't speak anymore. So that kind of touches home a little bit.
Yeah.
But Gerard Butler's the jam, man. They could still spray on some abs for him if he doesn't still have it naturally. Well, I was thinking Russell Crowe because I love just how smarmy he was in Thor: Love and Thunder. But I was just like, he's not as athletic as he used to be in like Gladiator. And Ebenezer is still described as very athletic.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with the way Russell Crowe looks. I just think Gerard Butler is the better of all the fights I've seen, of all the action movies I've seen with them. He just was the better pick for me.
Yeah.
Since, Bruce Willis. Anyways, so Michael Carpenter.
I was just thinking about that.
Because that's one of Harry's very best friends. I haven't got to the ladies yet because there might be a little debate on that one. So I think we might be kind of in line, but I don't know. The last time we kind of discussed this off mic, we were kind of in line, but you never know.
Yeah, because I was thinking Chris Hemsworth for Michael Carpenter also.
That would be a good choice, yeah.
The Joe Manganiello would also would also be a good choice for that.
Joe Mang. We'll just call him Mang. Yeah.
Joe Mang.
Joe Mang.
Joe Mang.
He would honestly probably be a very good choice for Carpenter because, Carpenter is 10 years older than Harry.
Yeah.
10 or 15 years older when they meet, because even though he looks at him like an older brother, but then realizes he's like getting father wisdom from him.
Yeah.
So, or father wisdom at first and then brother. Anyways. Yeah. So Carpenter, make a decision. You're like, you bitch.
I had somebody else in mind also, but I don't remember who it was.
Probably the one I picked because we talked about it before. We had a small debate about it, about John Krasinski playing Michael Carpenter.
I don't remember who that is.
That's the guy who's in the Jack Reacher series on Amazon Prime. Or is it Jack Reacher? No, Jack Ryan series on Prime.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the main characters in 13 Hours. He was the dad in A Quiet Place. We talked about him being Carpenter before, and I hands down picked him for Carpenter because I couldn't just the demeanor and how Michael Carpenter talks in the books is legit how John Krasinski speaks in 90% of his movies. Yeah. Same vernacular.
Every time
tone.
I see that dude, I think of The Office.
Oh, I've never seen it. So
yeah, The Office has tainted me for him being anything other than the doofy.
Than a smartass?
Yeah. God damn it. I just had it in my head. The other person. Oh, this dude. What is his like Alan Richardson?
Are you talking about the guy
Reacher.
Who plays Reacher? Okay, so that's Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Is it Rickman? The tall blonde guy.
It's something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in like Varsity Blues and.
Oh.
It's kind of funny because he was kind of a doofy jock.
Okay.
In that show.
Yeah.
And his character in Reacher is obviously very smart.
And he's just stacked to the hills.
That dude is ginormous.
I mean, the only thing he'd have to do really to step into Michael Carpenter's role is get a dark hair dye.
Yeah.
That's...
And maybe not work out quite so much.
Yeah.
He'd be able to... Which he's actually kind of complained about.
Yeah. I'd read an article recently that he was probably going to be taking a couple of months off of acting to help realign his mental health. He has mental health struggles at times.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think it's phenomenal that he can recognize that when it's time to take a break. And, but I mean, still, he's a good choice. Yeah. For me, I didn't pick him just because even though I know he's 40, to me, he looks a little bit younger than that. And he looks a little bit I think it's more so because he looks a little bit bigger than what we would see Michael as he progresses through the series. So I wanted somebody who, through their natural looks like they'd been in a fight or two, John Krasinski, and somebody who could appear more feeble as it aged. And just having seen John Krasinski do things where he's like in 13 hours, he becomes completely exhausted and he has that physical weakness that he portrays. So that just what struck out to me. So
that actually made me think of, a while back, I watched that, Michael B. Jordan movie.
Without Remorse.
Without Remorse.
Okay.
And you know how after he gets shot up and then they're showing him like recovering and he's not changed at all, obviously, because it's been 5 minutes in actual time since he did the scene where he got shot up and then was in a coma and shit.
Quickest coma ever.
And then is working out again and trying to act weak and shit. It's like, this dude's still buff as shit.
Yeah.
He has not been out of commission for a
6
day,
months.
let alone. Yeah.
Yes, I think they're trying to portray like 3 or 6 months or some shit like
Something
that
like
between
that,
when his family gets murdered and he goes on. Yeah, and that's the thing about it is John Krasinski, like, he's not your typical muscle-bound dude. He's just tall and semi-athletic looking. So like if he hit the gym for like 3 months and did more crunches and leaned out by literally only 5 pounds, then it'd be like, oh yeah, he's built. If he stays just like he is, it's like, oh, you can tell by that cane and that limp that this is how his character's progress. So he's just that perfect size to go either direction for me.
Well, one of the good things about that situation is that could happen in between seasons.
Yes.
Of the show, because that happens over the course of multiple books.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's fine and hale one book. At the end of that book, he almost dies. And then
you pretty much don't see him for an entire 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he comes back around and he's...
Yeah. He's hobbled.
He's a hobble. Well, you're like, dude, you're lucky he can still...
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, when they
let alone still walking.
Just thinking about where that bullet hits him makes my nether yaw region hurt.
Yeah.
Getting shot on the inner thigh. Are you kidding me? Oh, especially from a upward angle.
Yeah.
And go, oh God. Anyways, so one of the other reasons I picked John Krasinski is because I really love Emily Blunt. I think she's a great actress. Have you ever seen the movie On the Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise? Okay.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay. So she's the commander who does the one-handed push-up.
Kill, die, kill.
Yes, it's based off of that.
Yeah.
So Emily Blunt is John Krasinski's really real-life wife. I love their chemistry in A Quiet Place. And I love the fact that if she dyes her hair blonde, she's Charity Carpenter to me. She is stern. She's firm. She's not as...
She's a brick house.
Right. Yeah. Well, when you read the descriptor of Charity Carpenter, like literally you cannot help but think Brienne of Tarth. 6 foot tall, built, stacked, but not like womanly, but very handsomely. And it's Gwendolyn Christie 100%. But I understand Emily Blunt is only 5'10". But I love her. I think she's a great actress and I think she could pull it off. Just give her 2-inch lifts, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're not going to get exact measurements from these people.
No.
Especially when you have so many such big people.
Yeah.
Like there's
no averages in any of this. In any of his writing, they are either freakishly short.
Yeah.
The only
Billy
only. Yeah.
And Butters.
Yeah, and they're for men they are very short, but there's only one character he has described of average height, and that is Susan
Marcone.
He's a little bit above average.
Yeah,
a little bit above. So 5'9" being in the average, that means he could be 5'10" to 6 feet. That would be a little bit above to some people.
Yeah,
but again, we're looking at that 90% like it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Emily Blunt. I think she's a versatile actress. She's done a lot of action type stuff
for
Charity Carpenter.
Okay.
Yep. Who are you going to pick?
So, Charlize Theron. Because she's fantastic and pretty tall. And obviously a badass. There was another actress that I was thinking of, but I don't know. First of all, I don't know if she even speaks English or not, because it's the giant S from Ragnarok, from the TV show Ragnarok, which is like a Swedish or Finnish or something.
The Norwegian show or Finnish.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the actress's name is.
I have no idea.
And I don't think she speaks English.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you never know.
Most Europeans do. So, but
I love hearing Norwegians speak English. It's so great because the way they describe some of the stuff, it is just like, you're talking too fast. Stop. And then when you see what they're actually saying, like if they say, like this one show I watch, they're Norwegian, and they'll be talking to each other and they'll be like, hello, when are you going to get your lazy ass here? Oh, it's going to take an hour. Okay, I'll have my lunch. And so that's what you would see in like Norwegian, like when the actual translate. But then when they're talking to the camera and they're speaking in English, they're like, yeah, it's a really long drive and it's a very boring process. And, you know, so now we have to hurry up and wait. And it's like so Americanized the way they'll say some things. You know, on the phone to another Norwegian person, they're just like, okay, I understand. You're 80 kilometers away. Okay, it's snowing. It's fine. And then it's just like, oh, what a waste of time. It's fucking, anyways.
Yeah. One of the problems I have with Charlize Theron is that I also would want her to play Mab.
Okay.
And also that same thing with that other lady. She would make a good Mab or Tatiana, the Queen of Summer. I can't remember.
Is that Tatiana?
It's something along those lines.
Oh, I know the Aurora. Aurora is like the Maeve of Summer.
Yeah, the maiden.
So you've got Mab and then
Lady, Summer Lady. Yeah,
the Summer Lady. Yeah, and then you got Mab and Maeve. Who's in the middle? Or is it just Maeve, Mab, and the mother?
It's Maeve, Mab, and the mother. Yeah.
Okay, and then you've got Aurora, Tatiana, and the mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, Summer.
Which they have their own names too, but I don't remember because he almost always refers to them as the mother. The mothers, yeah. One of them is actually the crone, and the other one is they just talked about it. He just talked about it within the last 3 or 4 books. Yeah. About because he had to summon them, and how dare he summon? You know who I am? Mm-hmm. You're the mother, but what is my name? Yeah. And the one is the crone, and because of she's... Yeah, he referred to her by a bunch of different names. Yeah, but she's also known as the crone or the witch because she's the dark of the 2 halves. Mm-hmm. And then the other one is like the Supreme Mother or some shit like that. Yeah. Anyways, okay, well, so you have 2 good choices then to interchangeably be either Charity or Mab, correct? Yeah. So you're talking about the giantess from the Norwegian Ragnarok, yeah. Or you're talking Charlize Theron, which, again, they're not bad choices. They're good choices because Jim Butcher, I think, likes freakishly tall and freakishly short people. Another problem is that she would also make a good Miss Guard. Yes. Definitely Valkyrie material. Yes, but I would love to, just because she's a tall actress, I would love to get Gwendolyn Christie in there, obviously, because she did play a fair maiden warrior in Game of Thrones, so we know her for that. She played a warrior in fucking... Star Wars? The Hunger Games? Star Wars? Was she in Star Wars? Yeah, she was the special stormtrooper with the silver armor. Oh. So, although you don't know until she finally takes her helmet off. Yeah, I don't know because I am not a super fan of Star Wars. I mean, I've seen all of them. I'm not a fan of all of them. I have not seen all of them because I'm not a fan of most of them. Yeah, I think You know how I talked about having a problem where I couldn't stop fucking reading a book even though I wasn't enjoying it?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see the fucking...
That's the same way with Star Wars.
Yeah, that was basically what happened with the last Star Wars movies.
Well, it's like I loved the first season of The Mandalorian, but I lost interest in it after that. Just...
Once he took his helmet off, you stopped caring?
No, I was more interested once he took his helmet off. It's when he brought in, they all brought in all these extra tertiary characters. It just... I was just like, you're literally going from it just being the Mandalorian and the baby to let's bring the whole rainbow in here and roll some dice and see what we get. And I don't know. I thought the Mandalorian was going to be about Gorku and the Mandalorian's journey. I thought it was going to be a 3-season thing, and it was just going to be about the two of them going through and getting Gorku home.
Yeah.
So it definitely didn't, and then I think also at the same time, I really doubled down on Stranger Things too, because I think Mandalorian came out in 2018, and in 2018 I had not seen Stranger Things yet. I'd watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of The Mandalorian, and then I was just like, I need a nap one day, and I just put Stranger Things on Netflix, and I was hooked ever since. So, anyways, Sanya. Sonya. Oh. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, I found the perfect guy to play Sanya. So I'm interested to see what you come up, because I already know that he's a Black Russian.
Yeah. Did I tell you that he was actually part of the inspiration for my character Rasputin in a bunch of different games?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So basically, we were playing a superhero game. I recreated this character several times, but we were playing a superhero game. I think it was Necessary Evil or something like that, which is a Savage Worlds campaign setting or world setting. And anyway, I love Rasputin, the historical character, because he's crazy. And so I basically created a superhero that was him, basically had super regeneration and was really tough and hard to kill. It was essentially his thing. But at the same time, I loved Sonya so much that I was like, okay, so he's Russian, but he's black. Yeah. And he just walking around in a tracksuit all the time. One of my problems, though, is I'm not necessarily very good at doing accents, especially not. I can do it for one phrase.
Oh, is this the one you were telling me? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I kept 1 minute I'd be speaking with a Russian accent, the next mid-sentence it would be German, and then Italian or something. Yeah. And so it was inconsistent. And so my friends were like, oh, your character isn't actually Russian. I mean, obviously he's black. He's just insane. And I was like, yeah, that's what's going on. My dude's just insane. He thinks he's Russian.
A Russian accent is hard to hold. If you don't practice it all the time, it's hard to hold. You would have been better off to make him English, just saying.
Yeah, it's probably easier to, Southern accent, I can do that for a long time. Yeah. In fact, when I was in the Army stationed in North Carolina, I started making fun of the Southern accent, so I started speaking like that. Yep. I got stuck speaking like that, though. And so I called home, and my cousin was like, you sound Southern now. I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
No, he rubbed his dick on my face. No.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't true, Forrest. Don't tell me that. Well, that's the thing is, I think you should have done it Southern and then popped in with the Russian every once in a while going, shh, I'm a spy. Do svidaniya.
Здравствуйте.
So who would you pick for Sanya?
I always butcher his name. Idris Elba.
Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Idris? Elba. Hemsworth. Heimdall. That's who he played.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. My brain just went. Hemsworth. My brain just did this. So Idris Elba. Okay. Fair enough. I know you love Idris Elba.
Yes.
You wish he wouldn't have played Heimdall, but you do love Idris Elba.
Yes.
And I am actually just going on the fact that Idris Elba, in my opinion, is too old for the part of Sanya, although he is pretty close to the perfect descriptor. Now, the person I chose is a little bit lighter skin than that. But if you look at a picture of him and you see his blue eyes, you're like, oh, that totally makes sense that he's a Black Russian. And the actor's name,
Mario Van Peebles?
No. Mario Van Peebles is like 7,900 years old or something like that. No.
7,900 years old? His name is Lazarus. Anyway.
His name is Legion. No, the actor's name is Pierre. I had no idea who this guy was. And even though I did not care for the movie, when I saw his picture, I went, that's a really interesting looking person, right? I was just like really drawn in with these blue eyes and this kind of smoky attitude. I don't know how to describe it better than that. But then the first time I read Sanya, I was just like, that sounds like somebody I've recently seen. And I did not connect the two until today when I was going, okay, because I really want to try to be authentic to like the heights at least.
Yeah.
And he was one of the tallest African-American ones because Sanya is just a little bit shorter than Dresden. They're they're really close.
Yeah.
But there is a little bit, the only one that would be close enough as far as any African-American actor out there that could match height would be Winston Duke, but he's too heavy. He's too bulky. But so his name is Pierre, and he was in a movie on Netflix. He's done a lot of things, but the most recognizable recently is he was the main character in the movie Rebel Ridge on Netflix. He is lean. He is tall. He's athletic. I think he could pull it off. He's English, so he'd be able to do a better Russian accent than you, But yeah, I just think he'd be great. So, but we need to pause where we're at for the day. And we're going to have to pick this conversation up later and finish the characters off because we're getting late.
Yeah, somebody's been rambling on too much.
Yeah, because it took somebody 17 minutes to say Joe Mangy. So
Mangy.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say his last name. Manglianello?
Yeah, I have no idea either.
I've even heard them say it on the Big Barry Theory, on the Big Bang Theory, and I'm still like, Joe Maggie Mang. Okay, that's cool. Hot guy from Magic Mike.
And Magic Mike 2. And True Blood.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so we'll pick this up again tomorrow. But for now, we got to call it a day. So yeah, we have some thinking to do.
Yep.
I don't have some thinking to do. I got my hot list over here. I don't know where on my hot list.
I'm terrible with names, so.
You are, but thank God between the two of us, if you usually tell me what they're in, I can usually tell you who it is.
You know that guy who was in that movie last year? Ooh, Navy SEALs.
Anyway. Oh, Charlie Sheen, Tiger Blood.
Winning.
Winning. All right. Well, we're going to have a winning day and we'll keep dreaming of Dresden again.
Later.
Bye. Okay, everybody. That's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you for stopping by to enjoy the conversation. We're glad you're here, and please share and share again and share some more. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We'll be having another chat and another cup soon. We'll talk to you then. Look forward to seeing you.